I do. I sort of want to talk about something, and I grabbed my panda, so I noticed that like I must be insecure about it. So the panda's gonna help me have courage. Um, I sort of want to talk about what it's like to be Jewish now. Do we dare?
So I think the safest way for me to talk about that, because it is so deeply personal, and it's something that I don't even really talk about with, close friends and, family. Like there's some people with whom I have a shared understanding, and we just kind of look at each other and nod and then sip our wine and move on. I think for me, taking it back up, and this is something that, I I ended up in the intelligence community ultimately because I lost a bet,
Mhm.
and that's another story. But
Yeah.
the idea of what that mission is about, I think, is important, because for me, it's about, like history of, like public service and military and all of these things that came down from my family to me, and all of that generational impact slash generational trauma, and, families, survivorship, and all of these, things that the universe had to happen just so in order for me to exist in this moment. When I think about that, and I think about what anyone's identity is, I always come back to this place of, sorry, the cat's about to join the conversation.
Oh, nice.
Um, I always think of this idea of, what is that like for other people? Hi. See, he knew I was getting into a deep conversation. So
Name of cat?
this is Catelus Archimedes Thor,
Oh,
Okay.
oh my
otherwise known
goodness.
as Tully.
Okay.
But I mean, I think the baseline of humanity is remembering that we all have these experiences. So when I think of, that's part of what drew me to like this idea of a national security mission, is how do we keep people safe?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what does safety look like, and what does it mean? And how can I try and further the safety that, my grandparents certainly did not have? And what does that mean from a global perspective? Because obviously we know some people are safer than others, and some environments are safer than others. And I could go down the list, but like I'm hearing my ethics people in the back of my head saying stop, stop. But I mean, for when it comes to my own identity, that's something I think about, is, that the Jewish concept of tikkun olam, and fixing the world. And what does
Is
that
that what
look?
that means? Fixing the
That's what
world?
that
Yeah.
means.
Putting all
So
the little sparks of the world that have been broken apart back together.
and if and then, like, that brings in like that Japanese concept. Oh, the name escapes me,
Oh,
where you're
yes. Of
doing things with gold.
yes,
Continue.
yes. Fixing the broken, and it's better.
Yeah.
And, and I don't think any one of us could presume that we could do that on our own. And I don't think any one of us, like if you got a group of 5 of us together and said, how do we do this? Let's make a plan. We've got all the power, money, and resources. Let's go do it. None of us would agree. So I think it's more the idea of how can we take those incremental steps that are authentic to us, in ways to just, do better, be better, put goodness out there, and trust that the uncertainty is going to be what it is, and send, the love and light to the people that we know are dealing with the harder things and don't have the foundation and the safety net and the privilege that we have, frankly, just as, as Americans. And thinking of those things and letting that guide us is something that, now that I think about, is probably also pretty Jewish too.